if it weren't for the traitors like you. I would have won. Is that what you want to say? What? Who?
That voice. Edgeworth!
He could have had a classier entrance. It's been a long time, right? This person... This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Franziska. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it! You've soiled the Von Karma name and dragged it through the mud! Run away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are! Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining a perfection in this country. You!
Ooh, burn.
You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow, in court. It'll be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. Well, don't I look shifty now?
Hello.
Sup?
I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And that's the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth.
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous in information.
Just what is going on inside his head?
A lot of things may have happened, however Medvin Von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a Von Karma.
Sorry, I clicked again accidentally. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost that perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Holy shit, Phoenix! What is wrong with you?
I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, if it was Franziska, she would almost definitely say,
I will defeat you this time, the instant she saw me.
but the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives.
Save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn? Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time you will see is coming soon enough.
Okay.
Was that an alright voice for him?
I think so, yeah. It sounded kind of like you were just doing your regular voice with a slight British accent, but considering that Phoenix Wright's voice is literally just my voice, I think it kind of fits.
Fair enough. I wasn't even trying to be British, I was just putting sort of a slightly uppity drawl on it.
Yeah, that's more or less what I meant. Alright, I'm gonna start presenting everything. Actually, I think I should just straight up present, Oh, here we go, I actually got Celeste. Let me present this to him and see if he gives me information on it. Or her.
This woman is another key to this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago.
Adrian Andrews?
Roger. But suddenly, she was called away by production and became Juan Carita's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was a suicide, right?
Yes. But there is still one riddle left unsolved.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one can find it. I bet she suicided by jumping off something. Her last name sounds like Impact.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh? I think it actually... Didn't it, like, show a split second, like, the picture before?
I didn't get a good look at it, to be honest. I wasn't looking in the right part of the screen.
It happened for a split second and kind of burned into my memory. It looked like someone reacting to someone hanging themselves.
Ah.
But I do think impact is what they're going for, but I figured that was because she had a big impact on something.
Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
A suicide note? But how do you know Ms. Impax had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim? Yeah, see, there we go. This had showed up before for like a split second.
See, here's how bad I didn't realize what it was. I thought where Mr. Juan Carita was, there was a tiny girl. He was the one who found her body. Which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Carita hid his own manager's suicide note. But why?
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report, part 1 anyway.
Part 1. Suicide report added to the court record. Deceased, Celeste Impax, found by Juan Carita. Was her suicide note hidden?
Informative. Should you present it to him?
Now that I've done that, because I knew that I had a feeling that would do something since we just got a profile, now I'm gonna go through and present everything to him.
I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you show me, Phoenix Wright.
Still as stuck up as ever.
Fuck you. You notice he grabs his right arm too, so I'm definitely thinking that was just kind of passed down.
I guess. The reason that Von Karma did it, like...
I know he did it for a reason, but I think his child and his essentially apprentice both just kind of picked it up from him.
I guess.
Though I had to admit, when it came to that case with Von Karma, I always thought he was grabbing that because that's where he got shot. I never realized it was in his shoulder. I don't like to look through reports.
His shoulder is where he got shot, and his shoulder is where he was grabbing, I saw.
That was like right above his elbow was where he was grabbing, though. I guess that's technically his shoulder.
Well, he was kind of like... whatever. Well, depends on which sprite you're talking about. If you're talking about the one where he looked annoyed and he was, like, squeezing his arm, yes, it was right above his elbow. But, like, when he's, like, stunned, he, like, turns away, and the side of him that's facing away from the camera, he grows up and grabs his shoulder.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
I've been just looking at the arm grab.
Yeah, no, the arm grab, like, he and Francisca both have that. Yes, they are just squeezing their arm. Alright, anyway. You were right by that line?
I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, there are reports that have multiple parts like this one, that has 2.
2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name, it's Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and kill herself.
She's kind of dumping all Pearl's innocence out the window with this murder case, aren't we?
I mean, the first time we met her, her mother had killed someone, so...
That's fair enough.
Her mother helped someone kill someone for the sake of getting her cousin arrested.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just her image. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always tried to hide. A secret? The secret.
What?
Yeah. That's the
Fuck?
secret. That's the secret level music from the
Oh,
Battle Block
okay.
Theater.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Sorry. Things are getting a little heavy in here. Codependency. That's the word.
Codependency. The word most unsuited to describing that woman.
Yeah, just a bit.
We
Where's
didn't
part
get-
2? Where'd it go?
Oh, maybe we have to talk to him again about something? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
So, how are Adrian Andrews and codependency related?
Adrian Andrews attempted suicide. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts.
And?
And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Quite possibly because she had lost her will to live.
Lost her will. But why would she...
Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impacts, I'm guessing that's solid impact, by the way, was gone forever. That's why.
Celeste Impacts... That doesn't seem like it's solid. I'm pretty sure Impact is right, but I think Celeste Solid is kind of stretching it. Why would that...
Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is a person who looks for someone she can trust unconditionally. And once she finds that someone, she blindly follows them. Without someone to guide her, she feels uneasy and can't carry herself through life.
And that's her codependency?
See, for a second there, I thought it would be Mr. Wan there, but that wouldn't make sense because if he's dead, she would be freaking out, right? When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
Is all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible. Alright, there we go. We got the report.
Alright. Should we present that to him?
Attempter, Adrian Andrews. Reason, shock from Celeste Impact suicide. We might as well just see if anything happens from this.
Appearances can be deceiving. It's such a cliche saying, but it's a cliche because it's true.
Ms. Andrews. I think that behind that unwavering brave front, she's been hiding this weakness and fear.
Yes.
Well, I think we're done here unless we want to present all the profiles. Might as well see what happens for some of them, like...
What do you think of this old lady who called you Edgy Poo? We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person.
Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say, I don't have any info? Alright. What do you think about her? Let's ask about these two, I think.
There's an interesting rumor about this man.
You mean the one about Ms. Andrews getting close to him? That's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it?
I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it.
Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto.
Refreshing? And what is so refreshing about the spring breeze?
Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year.
That's a fair point.
Alright, well, we'll come back later if we need to.
Bye, Edgeworth. Goodbye.
Hello, old lady. Goodbye.
Guess who we saw? Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth, goodbye.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Hey,
Goodbye, bitch.
I see you in there. I know you gotta come back out. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. She didn't leave. It looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Francisco von Karma.
Knew it. Miss Von Karma? What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so...
You've got some nerve following me around.
Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls?
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. I'll show you something interesting, little girl. She's got a tracking chip on him, doesn't she?
I guess.
What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move.
So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright.
What were those two talking about?
Miss Andrews? She seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Alright, time to do this, I guess. Alright. It really keeps looking like there should be a fifth one, like Wright as the chastity bra, basically.
Yep. Just how many chains are there going to be for 5, though?
Do. We already did this one, so hang on. Didn't you get closer for this person's sake? Alright. This is where you play Celeste, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Seems about right. Celeste Impacts, your mentor.
Why do you know about Celeste?
Ms. Impacts, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Carita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Carita so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future set as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid.
Ms. Andrews.
There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
Missing suicide note?
We don't have a missing suicide note.
No, it says so in that report.
Oh, so we play this?
I think so.
I don't know, I feel like we would play this. It's definitely one of the two.
Okay.
But I feel like the logic was more like, I don't think you were at ease because you tried killing yourself, so...
Get a hold of yourself.
Apparently you were correct. Ms. Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Carita.
Juan?
And, Ms. Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Carita.
I've sat quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you.
Now yours.
Alright. Yeah, okay, there we go. Ms. Andrews, you went through it too, didn't you?
Went through what?
A suicide. Ms. Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who don't need no man. You don't ask for anyone's help, and you live by yourself.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Ms. Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Corrida of hiding Ms. Impax's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again?
It was, why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Ms. Andrews, it seems that you have become the one most likely to want Mr. Corrida dead.
Me?
Ms. Impax was everything to you. And then she died, and you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder?
Oh, I didn't even have to do anything for that one.
I'm not usually into blondes, but she's cute.
She's also the one who killed Juan, I'm guessing, so...
I'm just saying.
Might wanna, not date someone who's going to jail.
I just said she's cute. It's true, I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, I really don't have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I've never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This floor is apparently so interesting, Pearl and I are both looking at it. This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone.
I'm sorry.
You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you?
Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth.
After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Corrida. Celeste, without her. Without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me.
So you got close to Mr. Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct?
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it?
Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so...
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask you. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live.
Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. We're totally gonna need to use it as evidence in court. Ms. Andrews, I guess she's the always thinking type. She never says anything carelessly, it seems.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. Thank you, Pearl.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has.
It's the
Miss
pink
Andrews,
Joker.
what is that card you're holding?
Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. It's a pink
It's,
seashell.
Yeah, it's a seashell with a swirl on it. It looks like a seashell.
That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from.
Or not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
We win the Let's Play.
God damn it.
Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ungard in your capable hands.
Excuse me! Motherfucker.
He likes it rough. Try to take charge.
Okay, well, we're out here now and stuff's happening. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
Really? Well, what about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this.
Pearl's sleepy.
She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. Boing?
You don't look fine to me.
Was my boing not enthusiastic enough?
I think we actually do have to go back to the office.
Huh.
It's just making us do it manually for some reason.
Meanwhile, on the way out of the lobby, Pearl passes out.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Hello. Well, now we're back here.
So what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Ms. Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact's a suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Beep, beep, beep.
Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
Beep.
Track
Hello.
it.
This is the law office of Wright & Co. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not come within a few feet of her this whole time. I used a gun.
Ooh.
Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well.
Ask my...
Maya, is that you?
Sis. Ask my sis.
Beep. Maya. Maya! Damn it, he cut me off.
Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis. What does she mean by that? What do you think it means? Come on, Phoenix. Ah, you're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah! Well, that was quick!
It's still weird.
Mia! Alright, I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her.
Why don't you just tell us?
How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like this. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her. Date unknown, time unknown, location unknown. But it's a wine cellar.
How would bonds that were tying down Maya hold down Mia? I'm starving.
She might not actually be tied up, the door might just be locked.
I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I had to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
Oh, shit. We're playing as Maya.
Alright, let's crack open a bottle and stand behind the door. Huh? Someone dropped a card here.
Well... Okay. I have a feeling Adrian probably hired this guy to kidnap Maya so that Phoenix would get on guard declared innocent. I don't know why, but she did.
Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. What's this? Feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry. I'm not really thirsty. You just find Maya, she's wasted. Drat, it's locked. This door's locked seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it! The shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper.
Click.
I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. It worked? Huh.
Well.
I'm shocked that worked.
Okay.